Hello guys, Potent Plum here from the Caps, and in today's video guys I've got an updated tutorial on how you can create a Feed the Beast server using the new Twitch launcher that is now only available on the Feed the Beast website, since you can't download the legacy launcher anymore, which is basically what I showed you how to do in the last tutorial. If you guys still want to use the legacy launcher, as much as you can't download it on the Feed the Beast website anymore, I have left a link on our Discord server. And if I just bring it over here, so as you can see, if you go into the join the Discord server, go into the other help channel, as you can see with the Feed the Beast launcher, the executable is there for you guys. But if you want to do it with a Twitch launcher, that's what I'm going to be showing you guys how to do today. You want to click on this download now button. Obviously if you're on Linux, click on the Linux link, but if you're on Windows, click on the download now button. And once you do, you'll download the Twitch launcher. And it'll ask you to probably create an account or log in. Obviously if you don't have an account, then you need to sign up for one, but if you have an account already, just feel free to log in with your normal Twitch account. And what you want to do is click on this mods tab over here at the top, and you're going to want to click on Minecraft, which I presume is probably going to be in the list actually by default, but it'll be grayed out for you if you've never installed it before. So you're going to want to click it and then click on the install box, and it'll probably take about a minute or two depending on the speed of your computer, but I've obviously got it already. From here we also want Feed the Beasts, but you just click on this browse mod pack section, and all the mod packs that are available to download will be in this section. So what you're going to want to do is you'll probably just find the mod pack you want. I'm going to be using the Direwolf 20 pack that also I use in my Quest for Plum Lab series. And you want to click on this. This will probably say install for you if you've never installed it before. Just click on install, and once it's installed it will appear in the my mod pack section. So that's how to get the actual client running for using the Twitch launcher. Now I'm going to show you how to get the server. So the servers you can't actually get from the Twitch launcher. So what you're going to want to do is go to the second link in the description, and what you're going to do is find the mod pack you want from this list. So this is the Feed the Beast website, the mod pack section. So the Direwolf 20 pack is the one we're going to be working with, the 1.12 Direwolf 20 pack. And you want to come down to the bottom section here where it says recent files. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on the top one here, which is the latest version of the server client. So once you've downloaded that, it'll download into a zip file, and you can either extract this using the Windows File Explorer, or you can use WinRAR. I personally prefer WinRAR, I just think it's a little bit easier. And what I would recommend you guys do is extract this to a folder. So if I call this tutorial server, and you want to extract all the files from it, and you want to drag that into the new folder we've just created. You can call it whatever you want, I'm just calling it tutorial server for the sake of the tutorial. Next, what you're going to do is you want to click on the FTB install box, and what it's just going to do is it's going to install all the necessary files you guys are going to need to be able to play with your server. It just basically does it just so that the actual download file isn't so big, so it actually just sort of unzips all the files and installs them here. And what you're going to do is just wait for this guy to install. Obviously, you know, it'll vary based on the speed of your computer and such. So there you go, it's now installed, and you now no longer need to do that anymore. Now what you want to do is go to the server start.batch file, and it'll basically say the EULA text. The server's going to fail because you haven't signed the EULA yet, because it's not been installed yet. So while this is installing, what you guys are probably going to want to do is go to the next link in the description, which is the link to NGROK. And this is what we're going to be using instead of Hamachi or port forwarding, basically. So you go on and click login, or sign up if you don't have an account already. Presumably you guys won't have an account, and what it will do is it'll basically just sort of take you to this main page. You want to click download, and the download, as you can see if I just bring it here, it'll come as a zip file, and once you've downloaded it you'll just be prompted to open the zip file, and it's just going to have the NGROK executable file in it. Now what I'd recommend you guys do is just drag this onto your desktop and move it into your tutorial server folder. And so now, as you can see inside the server folder, we now have the NGROK window and all the server files. But also the server failed because we didn't actually sign the EULA yet. So what you're going to do is open the EULA text file and just change this to true. And then you're just going to want to save it. I just held the control key and just pressed S there to save it. And now what you're going to do is start the server. So once the server's all fully loaded and basically got to this point, you're just going to want to basically just type stop into the window. And this is just going to stop the server from running. And what you're going to want to do now basically is go to NGROK, the actual website, and you want to click on this auth thing here. And what this is basically do is it's just going to give you the auth token. And now I'm going to have to blur these out, since you never really want to share these with anyone else. It basically allows anyone to use your NGROK account basically. And what you're going to do is you want to copy all of this all the way up until the slash. Don't put the dot in, but just get the slash NGROK auth token, then whatever your auth token is. And what you're going to do is basically, from this point onwards, run NGROK. And it'll ask you for the first time to basically copy this in. You want to copy this in. I've obviously, I don't need to do this because I've obviously run this before, but run that command in and it should basically bring you up to this page here. Now, once you've run that, what you're going to do is I'm basically just going to leave this token in the description below, and you want to copy and paste this in. Now, I just want to clarify, if you are part of the Europe, you are going to want to make sure you include this -- region EU on the end. If you're in any other region, you don't need to put this in. All it does is just basically send you through the European servers, or you can go on the American servers. That's basically just how it works. So, because obviously I'm in Europe, I'm going to keep this region bit on the end of it, and you just want to hit the enter button. And what you're going to get is this basically window here. So, I just want to clarify one thing, that if you run your server on the free version of NGROK, every time you close out of NGROK and go back into it, you will get a new address to connect to. So don't think that you can just keep the same connection in your Minecraft window and use it every time. You will have to update this, and your friends will also have to put the same one in as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click the play button on the Minecraft window, and it'll just basically run through the. If you've never also used the Minecraft window before, like I haven't, it's just basically going to have to update all your files and stuff. So I'll be right back, guys, once this is ran. Now, once you get to this stage, guys, once the actual launch is loaded up, you're just going to want to make sure that you have this Feed the Beast Presents Direwolf 20 pack on the dashboard here. If this isn't here, you just want to basically, it's just a bit of a bug, you're just going to want to close out the launcher and open it again, and hopefully it should appear. So after this, you're just going to want to click play, and hopefully by this point the client should boot up. So I'm just going to pause the video here again, guys, and I'll be right back once my game is booted up. Okay, guys, so once your Minecraft's all installed and it's all up and running, this is obviously my, the Direwolf 20 client. What you're going to want to do is basically go over to the multiplayer tab, and you're probably going to get this sort of Java alert. Make sure you click allow. If you do not click allow, you will not be able to play any of the servers that you want to play on, especially your own server, which is obviously the point of this tutorial. So to connect to the server, what you're going to do is basically go over to this forwarding bit here. And you want to make sure you highlight everything up to the 0.tcp bit. So get 0.tcp all the way up to the number, and that's basically what you are going to want to connect to. So hold Control and press C to copy it, and click on the Add Server bit. And what you're going to do is just type in something like, I don't know, my server. Doesn't really matter what you call the server name, and put the NGROK token in. And once the server's set up, guys, as you can see, the actual server has pinged up in here now. So using my NGROK token, I can connect to the server. And basically, the rule of thumb is, we're using NGROK. If you can connect to the server via your token, it basically means that anyone else can. So you know that once you can connect through the token, if your friends can't connect to the server, it basically means that they're the ones having the problems, not you. So as you can see, it's lagging a little bit here because obviously I'm recording and I've not actually joined the server yet, so it's got to build all the world and stuff. So expect a little bit of lag once you first get in. Oh, there's a bit of a I believe that's a refined storage book, I want to say. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a oh, it's integrated dynamics bug. It's me being a dev. So as you can see, guys, we're now in the world. As you can see, if I just boot up the F3 menu here, we're all up and running. You are probably going to expect a little bit of lag when you actually boot up the server for the first time. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, guys, that is basically the tutorial done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a little bit of troubleshooting, guys, at the end of this video. So if you guys aren't having any problems, with the installation, you've got this far, congratulations, you now have your own server to play with your friends on. But if you guys are having some problems in whatever stage, I'm going to go through some frequently had problems, really. So if you want to, stay for those, feel free. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Goodbye from Bait and Plum. So the first problem I'm going to talk about is not being able to connect to your server. Now, usually this is one or two things. The first thing this is probably to do with is your firewall settings. So if I go to the firewall and network protection section, what you're going to do is to check if this is an issue, click on Allow an App Through Firewall. And it'll bring up this window here, and you want to click on Change Settings. And if you're having the problem, make sure that Obviously, if you're playing on a private network, you want to make sure all these Java boxes are ticked. So one of them is going to be linked to your server, and if it's not being allowed to, say this one was your server one. Obviously, this one isn't in my case, but if it was, you want to make sure this is ticked, and you want to make sure the private box is ticked. And what this will do is it will allow the Java connections to go through your firewall and actually create the server. Otherwise, you can have some connection problems, either connecting to the server or actually allowing other people to connect to the server. So if you're having problems, make sure that is one of the first things that you check. Another thing that can be causing connection problems is the amount of RAM that's allocated to your server. So what you want to do is change this, go into the settings, or right click on the settings batch file and click on edit. And what this will do is it'll bring up this window here. And you'll see down here, it'll say max RAM. This is the exact amount of RAM the server is allowed to use. Now, you obviously don't want to allocate any more RAM than what your computer has. So you want to make sure you just double check how much RAM your computer has. But as standard, I think most desktop computers probably have between 8 to 16 gigabytes. If you're using like a workstation computer, it may have more. If you're using something like a notebook or something, it may have a little bit less. But what you're going to do is change this to any multiple of 2048. So if you really want to, you can put it down to 1024. I really wouldn't recommend that, but if you're having problems, maybe put it up to something like 4096. See if that's enough. That should be more than enough to run a server. But if you're having problems on the other end with your client, another thing is to increase the RAM on your Minecraft client. So if I boot up my Minecraft client here, what you can do is you can go to installations, and you can see here on the Feed the Beast Presents Dial of 21.12, you can click on this edit button here. And what you can do is you can change how much RAM is actually allowed on your client. So if you look on this Java arguments line here, you will see this XMS here, and this is basically how much RAM your Minecraft client can actually use. So this doesn't have to be a multiple as such of 1024, but say I want to increase it a bit more, I might put it to something like say 8196, for instance. So if I click save here and I boot up my the way to check this has actually worked is you want to then click play on next to the instance, and when the actual loading screen boots up, you'll see that it's booting up with more RAM than what it was. I think by default it's about 3 to 4 gigabytes, but as you can see now I've booted it up. As you can see, we now have access to a lot more RAM than what we had before. And this is generally, it can stop you, say, connecting to the server and then instantly being kicked off again if you're having that sort of issue. But it can also help with lag and generating new chunks and stuff. So that's sort of all I've really got for the client side of things, and I'm pretty sure that is they're the main problems I know people have been having from my previous tutorials. So I just thought in this update I'd clarify a few extra things, so like the RAM and the firewall and stuff. But if you're having any other problems and stuff, make sure to either drop them in the comments below, or if you really want the quicker support and stuff and you want to be able to have a bit of a discussion about things, feel free to hop on our Discord. The link will also be in the description below, and go into the tutorial help section. And one of us will then obviously drop down and try and help you guys with whatever problems you guys are having. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Like I said, feel free to drop any more comments and stuff, either on our Discord or in the comment section below if you guys are having any other problems that I haven't covered in this sort of troubleshooting section of the video. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Goodbye from Boat and Plum.